Yeah.
Is the author of America.
Can you give it some welly?
Sure. If Thomas Jefferson is the author of America, what do you think? What do you think today he would think of his work so far?
What would he think of it? Well, I've given up on this. Writing about George Orwell persuaded me not to do this, if you don't mind, because people will keep on saying, well, what would Orwell say about this or that? And I think you can do it up to a certain point. Orwell died, unfortunately, only when he was 46. And I think I was strong enough to claim that I knew and could prove that he would not have supported the war in Vietnam, which Norman Podhoretz and other neoconservatives said they thought he would, because he could have been alive for it, and he had enough knowledge of and dislike for European colonialism in Asia, very intense dislike, and he would have known enough to know, already in fact in his late writings from Paris in the 40s, did know enough to know that French colonialism was being restored in Indochina after the war. And everyone knows, or if they don't know, they should know, that the American war in Vietnam is a mere extension, an attempt to prolong the life of French colonialism in Indochina. So I think I could reasonably make a case that I did know, would say what he would have said about that. But I couldn't have said what he would have said about the Iraq War, for example. It would only be guesswork. However, there was a symposium on biography recently at the Smithsonian, which I was asked to, with greatly superior firepower. Michael Corder, for example, whose book on Ulysses Grant is in the same series, and Francine Prose, I believe, and some others. And Michael Corder said, look, one thing a biographer must never do is say, at this point he must have thought, or at that moment he must have realized, or he must have felt. You mustn't ever do it. It undermines your integrity as an author. It goes farther than you can possibly know. Give it up. And I thought, well, I've heard that before, and I've always agreed with it. I've always nodded at the right place. It's a completely respectable opinion. But I had to say that I am certain that I know what Jefferson thought when he first saw Sally Hemings arrive in Paris. I don't know anything about anything if I don't know what he thought, and what he thought was, maybe for the only time in his life, oh man, there is a God. That's what he thought. Wow, was what he thought. I think one has to do it sometimes. If he could see the United States today, I think the thing that would most amaze him would actually be the position of women. It's very interesting how little he pays attention to that, how he takes for granted the place, the domestic place of women. American womanhood would amaze him now, and stir him, I think, a bit, but it would absolutely astound him. I need some more water if someone can get me that, or something liquid.